It's a horse reading for Han. You're asking when will you and Amelia, your ex-girlfriend, will reconcile. Got to use the soulmate manifestation deck here. Maybe there's extra card. I don't know until I finish this 4-card reading for you. Okay, this is the past position, the destiny card. Trust that the universe will guide us toward each other, waving a tapestry of chance meeting and shared experiences that will lead us to our destined connections. What's going on about their past relationship? You guys are destined to be together in the past. There was a fated meetings to get you both together. Is there anything else about that? Your guardian said it worth cherishing those moments in the past instead will them in a negative way. Worth a life event that you both created together. Yeah, I feel like there's some sort of burden being attached from him. There was argument. There was betrayal. Something not being truthful. But when the truth came out, it hurt. That's what I'm getting here about the past. That's what's going on here. I'm feeling the heart. It's in pain. Your heart still is in pain. But let me move on to the person card here, victim. I cannot save you or fix all of your problems for you. I don't know why there's a headache as well. I'm picking up headache energy in this synergy about you and her. Someone's getting stressed in this relationship. It didn't like this possessiveness. Someone is trying to be more possessive toward the individuals. It feels like I couldn't breathe. That's the sense of feeling here. Love shouldn't be about conquering the individuals. So this victim card is like whoever is having more issues in the past, it's carrying this problem into this relationship dynamic, causing one side to be so possessive. The other side is like, I need to breathe. Like, leave me alone. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm getting here. The other party is like, leave me alone. I'm not saying who party that is, but you should know. Like, yeah, the suffocation is not good. So whichever person is that needs to let go the individual, whichever side is more possessive of the other person, that person needs to let go the other person. Love is not about being together. If you truly love that person, you will respect that person. You will respect that person's desire to move on, to distance, to do some self-discovery, wherever that is. Sometimes no one have the same journey being together. That's what I'm getting here. Like, you cannot change someone's life for your own personal desire. So that respectful boundary. It's necessary. That is the only way to create a healthy boundary, especially that party being so possessive, right? One of the party being so possessive. That energy needs to release. Perhaps this person is insecure. That person is too much excitement about, oh, I'm so in love with this person. I need this person. I need to go get this person. And so forth, hoping, wishing for this person. Wherever that is, that needs to let go. If you truly love a person, it does not have to engage in such a negative energy. So let me move on to the unknown part of it. I have worked hard on becoming the best version of myself. I'm ready for a healthy relationship with my soulmate. Aware. What is that? They need to be aware. It needs to work hard. Somebody is trying to change. Perhaps one party is pointing out, hey, what's your problem is. So the other person have been trying to do to transform. But it was more of the external transformation. But that is not the internal transformation your spiritual guardian is trying to point to. You know, the inside energy, it's kind of temporary diverting away from those negative energy. That negative energy, it's just like putting a lid on it so it doesn't come out. But it's still in there. You know, it stay at your soul level. And you can suppress it all you want until some situation gonna trigger it again to come out. That it's gonna be very explosive because it's like keep mounting up and mounting up, you know, because mounting up those negativity can get stronger and stronger and not realizing one day, oh, why it becomes so lost, so uncontrollable. So the harder you try to control it, the worse it's gonna get. It's better to pull it out and work on the surface to release it and to heal. That is the only way, right? By facing your own dark side. If you're not going to face your own dark side and try to, perhaps the other party say something, you try to codependent on that. You're using that as a motivator to change, but that is not good. You're not doing it for your own self. You're doing it for that person that you desire. And that's not a good reason to change, okay? You so be aware of that because this could cause anxiety. This could cause a sudden excitement as well. Why like the feeling is kind of so extreme, so uncontrollable. So any more about the awareness. Healthy relationship come from respectful boundary. Healthy relationship come from unconditional love. Anything else? Fear, on the other hand, only encourage the relationship not to work out. Who wants fear in love? Who wants to be afraid to be with someone? Who wants the stress in the relationship? Nobody do, okay? Be aware of that. You know, how you or even her encourage this type of energy within the relationship dynamic. Unworthy. Our love will be the greatest, and this is about the guidance part here. Our love will be the greatest love you have ever known. Do you have doubt about your worthiness to receive this love? Am I allowed to tell him that? This is about self-worth and also about self-love here. If you love yourself enough, or if she loves herself enough, you will start attracting love around you. You shouldn't doubt. I don't think it's about doubt. Yeah, I don't like this reading here about the word doubt here. Who is doubting who? It's not about doubting who. Doubting yourself. Are you worthy of love? Who is? Who is? I don't think it's both parties. It's one party here. One particular person. In this relationship I'm reading here. That person have insecurity. That person is doubting. It's harm. Triggering the other party to doubt as well. Because you're engaging this harm, you're engaging in this energy, causing the other person to feel insecure. So you need to ask why you feel like unworthy of love. You know that this question need to start with how are you loving yourself? If you love yourself, you will learn to respect. If you love yourself, you won't be like possessive. Now it's trying to tell me you're the one who's more being possessive. You're having some insecurity going on, causing you to have personal issue in a relationship. It doesn't matter either with Amelia or even family. Yeah, it's like you need a question about how do you love yourself. If you're conditioning, if you're having some sort of a standard, some sort of norm, the way how you mimic the family background, causing this kind of issue. You're not aware that you are creating this energy to cause the other person to react this way. Is there something about this particular guidance card? Yes, there's more about Amelia. Move. Okay, I need you to take a deep breath. Han, I think you are creating answer here for your own self. It's not going to be accurate when you do that. Can you release whatever you're thinking about? Don't ask. Don't question. Don't doubt this reading. Because when you do that, you're sending me your energy and intercepting your spiritual guardian's energy. You know, your guardian is sending energy through me, and I have to translate those frequency using my psychic gift. And when you're sending your energy to me, and I'm picking that up too as well. That's how strong my current sentience ability is. So it kind of mixing its energy and your energy. So therefore, I'm like reading your energy, not your guardians. What is trying to tell me. So take a deep breath and release it, okay? And stop thinking about it. So our love would be the greatest love ever known. Do you have doubt about your worthiness? This is the unworthy of this love. Amelia, what is about? She feel unworthy of this love? Why is that? Okay, it has to do with the betrayals from the beginning, right? Something about lies and then the truth discovered from the beginning. So that's what she's feeling. Anything else about this? She does not want to reconcile with Han. That's how she feel about this relationship, Han. It is not a matter of when. She wants to move on with her life. I feel like she's going through her self-discovery here. But Han, it's the one being possessive here. Also, insecurity come from. Yeah, this unworthy card is talk about you as well. You're engaging in possessiveness, causing the other person hard to breathe. Couldn't be her own self. She couldn't be her own self. That's why. Yeah, and that's why that's a multiple reason why this relationship ended from the beginning. Is there any more that I need to say here? So it's not a matter of when you guys are reconciling, like a boyfriend, girlfriend, but I'm not seeing that being happening. If there are opportunity to reconcile the past, there's a plenty of opportunity to do that. That's what I'm getting. But if your motive is like, oh, am I going to be with this person again, like dating scene? Not really, hon. Because both party needs to work on themselves, even though it's what's destined to meet in the past. Is there any more I'm allowed to tell him that? No, he's not allowed to know. Okay, is there any more I need to add on here? Or you want me to put additional card? No, okay. So Han, this already answer your question, okay? Like plenty of opportunity. It's not like I can give you a time frame. Even this year is possible to reconcile the past, mending it, so that way you guys don't have to like what is that? A grudge? Someone is holding a grudge. Someone is angry. Someone is like someone feel embarrassed in regarding this relationship, how it was ended. That's what I'm getting as well. So it's up to both parties to work on themselves to see where that's going. As yeah, because this is a victim card here, you can't fix each other problem. You can only fix your own problem. That's what I'm getting here. But as long as you guys are doing the proper way to go within and release those negativity instead of like codependent on someone to change, that's not a good way of doing it. Then yeah, I think that the past can be mended, but it's going to take a lot of awareness about this card to make it happen. I mean, meetings, it's going to be faked by the universe. You cannot ask for it. That's what I'm getting. It's just a matter of working on this two card here in order to have another faked meeting. When your energy and her energy are crashing with each other, this I feel like this fake meeting, it's very slim. Okay, so I'm going to end it here for you, and may you find light from your spiritual guardian. This is a journal one card reading for Marie. Got to use the deck inside deck. I have this card called anxiety or just too much coffee, restlessness, not getting enough sleep. Marie, it seems like anxiety, but that anxiety is caused by some type of stress, whether that environment that might be stressing you, or it could be caused by the situation or particular individual as well. I feel like you need to face that particular thing that causing you to have stress, causing you to have to be anxious for whatever reason. If you're not willing to face it, then you're going to continue to have this type of issues. Okay, you need to have a little courage, okay, to identify what that is. And I'm just going to guide it here to end it right here, and hope you find light from your spiritual guardian in this. Journal reading one card for Courtney. I'm going to use What's Gossip Oracle here for you. I have this card called Unbother. Peace despite chaos. Doesn't matter how calm the surface that you might seem or you think you are, or perhaps you think you're in control of your own self. But underneath all of that, Courtney, your emotion, it's quite volatile. And you cannot continue to divert or try to suppress or even try to isolate that kind of emotions. If you continue to do that, it's going to cause more problem for you in the future. So it's asking you here to dive deeper within your own self and get in touch with your own feelings. I'm glad to end here. May you find life from your spiritual guardian. Journal one card waiting for Iris. Glad to use the Numerology Oracle here for you. Do I need to go with guidebook? Okay, this is a self note. Don't let your past hold you back. Perhaps you're still holding on to your past experiences in life and you're just not getting that. You need to learn to release it. You need to learn to grow from that in a positive way, so that way you're not stuck in the negativities that you learn from it. So, or learn from them. I'm not sure how many situations that you're stuck at, but your guardian said there are a couple of them, okay, that you have to work on learning to release, learning the positive aspect of that type of situations, so that way you're not drowning yourself in negativities. So I'm just glad to end it here. May you find life in your spiritual guardian. One card journal waiting for Leslie. Glad to use the Twin Flame Ascension deck for you here. Define order, practice patience. Something happened to you recently. I think you're jumping into conclusion about a particular life event that happened to you. Is there something else that she needs to know about? Patience is the ultimate virtue. Why are you in a hurry? Because you're in a worry. Are you aware of that? Are you taking advantage of releasing those negative feelings when you're being triggered by that particular life event that caused you to jump into conclusions about something? So be aware of the underlying negative emotion that you're facing. And participation, okay? And this is the end of the reading for you. May you find life from your spiritual guardian. This is a horse's journal reading for Cindy. Got to use the Twin Flame Ascension deck for you. First one is the Divine Creativity, Receiving Cosmic Intelligence. This is the past card position here. Do I need a guidebook for this? You are supposed to connect with the universe through your higher self. In the past, perhaps you did it the improper way. That's what I'm getting here. I think you got tempted by personal desire, which got in the way of doing the pure connections. So therefore, you connect to a lower dimension instead of connect to the fifth dimension, which is the divine. Instead, you're connecting to a lower realm, which is the fourth dimensional one, where all the dark entity stayed there because they couldn't ascend due to they couldn't release their own negativity. So therefore, they get stuck where they are. And that's where you're connecting to as well, due to your desire is not pure. So keep that in mind, okay? So let me move on to the present card. Reprogram your soul. Why am I getting headaches, Cindy? Do you sometimes get headaches or something? I'm getting this headache energy from you. Reprogram your soul. Release waste. Reclaim. Right now you need to do I need a guidebook on this one? Reprogramming. I don't want to make it sound like it's a computer programs, right? But however, you can use it as a symbolism for yourself because you're under a lot of influence. You kind of been brainwashed as well throughout this lifetime. Why? Because of human creation, because of family background, because of the culture, because of the societal norm expecting you to follow this route. If not, yeah, you might get apprehended or being ridiculed in some way or another way, okay? Someone just call you out, hey, everybody's doing it. Why are you not doing it? In that regard, right? So you get this social pressure in a way, whether you feel it or not. But I feel like sometimes you do feel the stress. So I hope you realize why you need to reprogram your soul. In other words, is you need to let go all those false beliefs, all those values, all those influences, and so forth, in order to discover who are you, who is Cindy, what is your soul blueprints, what is your true character, not the one that you've been labeled by other people, by these societal norms. I hope that makes sense, okay? You need to rise above your limitations. We need to release those negativity so you can reclaim your true self. And let me go to the unknown card position here. Sacred sexuality, assessing the unified field. Let me go to guidebook on this particular one. Not too sure. That's not too clear on the card meaning. Page 97. Forbidden fruits? What's that mean? I need a different terminology. It's not too clear. About love? About her love relationship? Or just generally the way her attitude toward love with another man? Not allowed? Taught not to be so reckless, taught not to be so emotional, taught not to be so given of your physical self. So there's a form of withholding. The opposite, okay, I do not know what that means. So can you take a couple deep breaths, Cindy, and let go? Don't think about it. Wherever you're feeling, I need you to breathe it out. It's not giving me any answer here. What's the intention of this? This is a long paragraph. Did the card got switch? Is that the guiding card? All of them? This one is that practice sacred sexuality so you can awaken your love within yourself. Okay, it's trying to say that you are always a love being, but you're practicing the wrong kind of love. I feel like there's some sort of fear factor from family value, the way too conservative, perhaps, is another word, in regard to romantic relationship, love relationship, including love with your own self. That's what I'm getting here, okay? So you need to awaken your own self what love is truly mean, not the way how you see from family, the way you grew up around family. Perhaps your parents gave you an idea what love was about, so you stuck in that idea and you haven't let that go. You haven't realized, oh, they don't even understand what love is. Why are you learning that from them? So you need to navigate yourself to experience what pure form of love is, not the one that is conditioning by the way how the societal norm think love should be for you or should be for human generally. I'm gonna have to block this person as a soul to continue to post while I'm doing reading for someone. Do not do that, okay? It's like harassing my womb here, harassing energy. It's very negative. So you need to reconnect back to your own core. Love is what makes human being human. If you don't have this pure form of love, that means you don't know how to be a human being yet. So this lifetime is for you to go dive within to discover what that is. But again, you have to reprogram your soul, right? About this card. If you're not going to let anything of what you're holding on to let that go, it is going to be so hard for you to understand what pure love is. So I hope you realize right now, as of today, you're still practicing conditioning your life, like comparison, like status, like a good thing, in that regard, to cause you to separate, cause you to isolate. So therefore, you're distancing yourself from pure love. And is there any more for the unknown card? You need to expand your receptivity to help yourself to tap into this cosmic intelligence. It is you can only activate this from the inside. You cannot go through the outside to do that. The more you're seeking on the outside, the more you're distancing yourself from your soul blueprints. The outside, where's that coming from? That's where all the influences all come from, those human creation. They're not good for you. I hope you realize, because they don't even understand the truth of a matter. So why are you following them? Why do you allow them to influence you? Okay, it's just a way of saying, I'm not saying literally that you're following them, but figuratively speaking, that you are following them because you got influenced by them, one indirectly or directly. Even people you prefer, even people that you admire, they are influencing you, right? So I hope you're aware of that. So who is Cindy? You still don't know who is truly Cindy, because you think you like something, but you're not really like, oh, once upon a time, someone kind of influenced you to think that, oh, you should try this, and then, or maybe you like this person, so therefore you like what this person do, so you kind of like to think that, oh, I like doing that too because I like this person. I'm not saying you're saying that to yourself, but emotionally you are always influenced by that. So be aware of this. Anything else about the unknown card? The unification, that's the guidance aligned with abundance. This is about integrating all aspects of your life, your body, mind, heart, and soul. Why do I feel like you segregating them? The way you view life. Like, do you incorporate your emotions when you're thinking, making decisions? Or do you think that you need to be logical and put emotion aside? Did someone tell you that once upon a time to use your mind only? But you cannot neglect your heart and soul. When your soul is hurting, and you know that through the feeling, through your heart, that's how you can tell. How do you feel when you decide to do something? How do you feel when you think about something? How do you feel when you say something? You need to incorporate that. You need to translate that, because if you don't, it's hard for you to understand how you're being influenced, because your emotion is quite strong, and it often steer you to the wrong path, steer you away from connecting to this cosmic intelligence, your inner self. Because of this card, the second card, it is so strong to force you to focus on the outside instead on your inside here. And this card is about love. You need to ignite your own pure form of love within yourself. This is not something anyone can give it to you. You can only give it to yourself. It's all starting from the self-love. How do you love yourself? If you have to love yourself through the outside, That is not loving yourself. You're codependent on a condition to love yourself. Without that condition, do you still love yourself? You need to ask yourself that. Your guardian said you feel sad when you lose that conditions. That happened before, even recently. You need to go back and reflect on that. If you don't reflect on that, therefore you're stuck because you're not tapping into your own emotion here to integrate it. And that's why you have hard time finding true abundance in this life. It's asking you to integrate all aspects of your life so you can realize with the pure form of abundance, not the type of abundance that you seek on the outside. It is something you have to seek on the inside. You have to do proper inner self transformation in this regard through letting go, to stop practicing certain negativity, to stop practicing certain judgment. Anything else for Cindy here? I'm glad to end it here. May you find light from your spiritual guardian, and I hope this reading helped you. This is a journal one card reading for Deanne. Guide to use Twin Flame Ascension deck here. I'm getting a false Twin Flame intense change. Let me channel a little bit. What's the intention of this message? Someone in your social circle is your false twin flame. Perhaps you believe that this particular person is your twin flame, or maybe you're not aware of that. But however, it's serving your catalyst, and you need to embrace this person, wherever this person is triggering you from the inside out. You need to guide within to feel that feelings. Deanne, take advantage of it to understand your own darkness so that way you can learn to heal and release. And that's the only way, right? When you're on this twin flame journey. Perhaps you already know you're on this twin flame journey. Do not view this person in a negative way. Do not judge this individual. The more you focus on this person, the less that you are willing to heal yourself. Be aware of that. That's going to trigger more karmic cycling between you two. I'm guide to end it here. May you find light from your spiritual guardian. There's one card general reading for Jonathan. God to use the Twin Flame Ascension deck for you. And I have this divine order, practice patience. I think anticipating life will not help you in this lifetime, because you are your own creation. No one can predict what's going to happen to you in the future, because there's a thing called free will, and there's also a thing called divine timing. I feel like this is the moment that where you need to totally surrender to the natural flow of the universe, not to go against that kind of energy. The more harder you try to anticipate, the more you're going to create a life cycle that where you never complete the life cycle. So therefore you keep repeating the same life cycle over and over to get you nowhere. Life is about learning and growing. But if you're not doing that because you're so anticipating life, and that's where the stagnancy is coming in for you, where you're going to get stuck repeating certain karmic cycle over and over. So be mindful of that. So surrendering, it's the key here for you. Is there any more? So it want me to elaborate. Surrendering is the key for you in order to flow with the universal energy, which is the universal love frequency. Anything else for Jonathan here? God to end here for you. May you find light from the spiritual guardian. This is a journal reading 2 card for Paul. Got to use the mermaid tail and the Akashic tail for you. Let me see the first card of Pentacles. It's a type of abundance here. I feel like you're working hard all your life. That's what I'm getting here in this energy here to supply for yourself, supply for your family, and like gathering resources as well, right? And see what kind of accumulation you could get for a more, a comfort in now and the future. That's what I'm getting here, like for retirement as well. You know, so it's a beautiful energy, okay? But this is also a lot about more like a physical abundance here. Let's put it this way, okay? That's what Pentacle is really in a physical abundance, okay? And and let me move on to the next card here, the Eight of Key, the Master Artisan. Eight of Key. I need to go a guidebook on this one. This is not a traditional tale here. To see how I interpret it. This is the force. Where's the key? Up white. Reverse. Contribution. You have been contributing this way your entire lifetime, not only for yourself, for other people that you cares about as well. You know, this is really summing up your lifetime right now. Is there any more need to emphasize here? Yeah, Akashic Force. Up white. Try to see what the spiritual guardian's point of view here. This is a physical perspective of life, but yet you're seeking this reading for a spiritual perspective, right? So I hope you understand physical perspective and spiritual perspective don't really mix together, because the way you're living is too physical and it's lacking any spiritual understanding about you and other people as well. And that's the whole point your spiritual guardian is trying to make, and it's want you to expand yourself out of this physical perspective of life. If you're willing to do that, Paul, how spiritual are you? Are you experiencing any spiritual awakening yet as of today? And I hope you have to some level, okay? I'm not here to talk about a belief system that like people go to church and believe in that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about your personal experience, Hall. Have you ever sensed something so deep within you that you just cannot ignore? So it wants you to incorporate that in your life. Think about this point of view. So what that you acquire comfort zone. So what that you acquire quite a bit of physical resources. It's not like you can spend it all for the rest of your life. Or maybe, yeah, your next generation might get your inheritance. Then what? What about you, Paul? Are you truly happy inside? Why do I'm getting that emptiness is still inside of you? Why do I get that? That happiness is just that you see it from an outside perspective, but you're not able to be independent of this happiness. What suddenly you lose everything. I'm not just talking about this physical resource. What you lose your family. What you lose your friends. Those people you care about in this lifetime. What's going to happen to you, Paul? Are you going to drown yourself into sorrow and unable to feel happiness anymore? Do you see what the your spiritual guardian is trying to tell you is too much focus on your physical perspective of light, but you haven't really ignite your spiritual self yet to be on your own. It's right now, it feels like beautiful, it's so joyful, but then when you lose them all, then you no longer have that joy, and you don't no longer have that beauty. Your guardian does not want you rely on the physical perspective of life to live your remaining lifetime. Can you learn to let that go? Can you get truly in touch with your spirit self and ignite this so-called unconditional love, so that way you're not holding on to anyone or holding on to anything that you have already acquired or you already have embraced with whoever that is in your life. So I hope you see what this independency is all about. So I think that you also need to look deeper into your emotional perspective of life as well. Are you still attaching to some sort of negative emotion to cause you to be so focused on the outside but not on your inside? And that is also something that you need to expand outside of the belief system that you have acquired so far from this human world. Is there any more forepaw here? I'm glad to end it here. So may you find light from your spiritual guardian. And I hope this has enlightened you. This is a horseshoes reading for Elizabeth. It is about the love topic in general category. I'm going to use two different tarot here. This is the tarot of the divine. And there's one called the Star Tarot here. I think there's maybe a special story that I need to go to, but let me see. King of Swords. This one. The King of Swords, about the past situation, right? The past card. The King of Swords. This is a griffin. Griffin. I'm able, okay, page 149. This divine tarot is made up of international story here. I think your guardian want me to use a story to tell you about your past, okay? So this is the Griffin, Persians mythology. Griffin are giant high-bird creature, part lion and part eagle. As griffin are the kings of both animals and birds, their majesty and power represent wisdom and strength in war. Their claws have medicinal property, and their feather can cure blindness. They guard treasures, and wherever a griffin is found, gold deposits are sure to be nearby. They even build nests of the gold they dig out of rocks. Pliny, if I'm saying correctly, Pliny, the author, a Greek historian, wrote of how the one-eyed warrior Arimaspian people constantly wage war with the griffin. They live near them. The warrior lived near the foot of the Rhipion mountains in northern Scythia and fought continuously with the griffin, who defended their rivers of gold. Griffin also mate for life, strictly loyal to their partner. They will not take a new mate even if their significant other dies, so they have come to represent monogamous unions and unwavering devotion. The mixture of sky and ground animal means they are able to traverse both the air and the land, representing the connection between heaven and the earth, the divine and the human. Griffin have traveled far and wide. They have been found in paintings and sculptures since ancient time, in Iranian art, and even ancient Egyptian works. Griffin have also been documented in Syria, Anatolia and Greece. They are in the fiscals of the throne room at the palace of Knossos. Could not pronounce it. On Crete, they have been recorded as far east as Central Asia and India. They also appear frequently in the heraldry of Western Europe. Griffins are also sometimes depicted as the creature that pulled Apollo's chariot. Apollo is the Greek god of healing, medicine, archery, poetry, and music, one of the 12 Olympians and the most powerful of the pantheon of gods. He originally only watched after the sun god, Helios' cattle, but eventually he became the god that pulls the sun across the sky each day with flying griffin, stronger than oxen pulling his chariot. I feel like you have been through so much in this, like a hardship with your partner. It feels like, yeah, so devoted. Never, step away from whatever that you have committed to from the beginning. I feel like this undying, it's called loyalty in this so-called love life. I feel like loyalty is even a lot more important than having romantic love in this lifetime. But I feel like you value that in your partner as well. Throughout this time, all this up and downs with your partner in this family. I'm not sure how many children, whether if you have any children at all, with this partner, but I feel like you have strengthened because at the end, this person is riding the cattle in the sun, become the god, pulling his own chariot. It's like you are in your own zone, in your own throne, you know, like you have rise above so much. But at the same time, I feel like you have burdened yourself with all those sorrow. Why do you have sorrow? Because your partner passed away? That's what I'm getting here. But this also talks about that as well, somewhere in the storyline. So I feel like you haven't truly healed when that loyal relationship has ended. Even though you're standing on your own, and you can call this a successful life. But at the same time, your guardian is saying, but that sorrow is not successful. You are robbing your own happiness, even though that partner has passed away. It wants you to ask yourself why. Why do you need to be so sad? Why do you still need to grieve? Couldn't you heal your heart by now? Couldn't you live this lifetime independently like you have always been? Because this strength can't come from all these ups and downs, in this lifetime. Is there any more? Because this unwavering, it's also triggered this stubbornness in you. And it's so hard to break, so hard to crack open your heart to see the truth of what that feeling is inside of you. Perhaps your mind gets in the way as well. Like the focus on the outside, on that particular value or standard, you still so hold close to you. Like that is so important to live this life this way. Like the approach of life guided by that value, guided by that standards. And that's what triggering this unwavering in you. In a way, it's good if those standards and those value are actually serving your greatest good, but your guardian said no. Yeah, it makes you hot in your heart. That's why it's so hard to see the true side of your own feelings. That's why you're trapped in your own sorrow. Yeah, so that this unwavering has a downside to it. So be aware of that. There's a good side, but also a downside to it. So should I go ahead and move on to the next card? Do I need a guidebook for that? So the lover cards, the present. Let me see if there a specific message here. I see a beautiful light. I mean, there's a heaven, the angel from above, like blessing this couples. That's what I'm seeing here. I feel like it's a beautiful twin frame journey with your partner. Is this twin frame with this partner? It's quite intense. It's very profound, right? Feelings. And that's what makes twin flame partners so special. We talk about the one that passed away. Oh, it's somebody else. Okay. That you need to embrace this new journey. That's what I'm getting from your guardian, but you're not wanting to because your hesitation, because your unwavering devotion of your ex-partner. Huh. Why do you feel like love should be just only one time, but not giving yourself a second chance? Your guardian wants you to ask your heart. Don't you want to feel love again, Elizabeth? Twin flame souls are very weird in this universe. There's only one pair exactly alike that are so compatible with the most highest frequency match. They complement each other. It's beyond soulmate. And it wants you to understand that it is so weird. It is worth taking that risk, taking that adventure to be in this twin flame journey. It's creating new growth. It's gonna create a inner space for you to evolve. It's gonna help you open your heart to love so you don't get stuck in all that sorrow from that previous person you're so unwavering about. So there is a strong romantic journey now and the future. The question is, are you willing to be adventurous, to dive right in, to see where this partnership can take you? So I hope you hear this higher calling from above to create this beautiful unconditional love here. Do you see that light with two this partner with hand to hand connections? It's like a spiritual connection, a very deep soul connections. And that's what I'm hearing from this heaven here, trying to tell you that. Is there anything else? Do I need to affirm anything here? In the future? Somewhere in the future, I feel like you will meet this special someone. I'm not sure if that's someone you already know or this is going to be someone new, okay? I'm not here to affirm that. It won't allow me to tell you. But let me move on to the Queen of Swords. So go with the flow, Elizabeth. Queen of Swords. Where is that? It's not in order. A lot of butterflies I'm seeing on this card and the wingbolts. This queen in her soul transformations, creating a lot of beautiful aura. And I feel like you have with your previous soulmate to some level, but this process, this inner transformation, it's not going to stop, Elizabeth. I think you need to let go this unwavering thing in you, this stubbornness in you, in order to continue this inner transformations. Are you aware of how you have changed so far as of today? Do you feel the same about you, including your attitude on certain situations, about life in general, or perhaps a specific thing about life, right? Can you go back and reflect that, wherever that past, and compare to that now? How do you feel about that in that two different timeline? I think that's going to be important for you to realize something. Oh, Elizabeth has been doing some inner self transformation. Is that a positive way of doing it, or is this still a negative way of doing it? If you ever feel like, oh, I do feel this negative feelings about this once upon a time, and I feel like, oh, as of today, and I'm still having a stronger feeling of that same feeling, then this is a signal to you you've been doing it in a negative way. Then you need to take care of that, Elizabeth, to continue to release it. But first of all, are you recognizing how you have encouraging that particular negative feeling to intensify all this time? I feel like this is a very important journey for you in order to continue the path of proper inner self transformation, so you can grow more beautiful rainbow aura in you. You know, there's a 7 main chakra in your system, the crown all the way to the root chakra. Each color does represent something. They are meaningful to you, and I hope that you can welcome to Google it to understand what each of the chakra means, okay? And your guardians, yeah, want you to light up, want you to purify your inner energy, to understand that what you can do to further inner self transformation. Is there any further about this unknown card that she needs to know about? Meditations. For some reasons, self, she has been doing it. She should be doing it, starting with her root chakra. Meditation, that's what I'm getting here. To help you ground yourself. Is there any particular guidance on this? She should need to burn some sage while doing that, so that way you're not continue to attracting, especially the sorrow that you're having. Is there anything else? You can try to pull any root chakra meditation on YouTube to help you if you prefer music, or you prefer a silent version of work for that peaceful, sacred environment for yourself, that you're not being interrupted to do that. The purpose of grounding yourself, so that way you can be still, be silent, so that way you're not active with your mind, so that way whenever you're feeling negative, that you're not continue to intensify that feeling. You're temporarily putting it in a lowest level, so that way you can be still. This stillness also bring inner peace in you for that moment, so you can dive deeper into your own world, to help you to understand about those transformations, to even help you to reflect on them without being interfered by your own emotions. So in other words, being neutrals. When you're in that neutral phase, You can see things with more clarity. You can sense things with more clarity. Is there anything else about this unknown card? I'm moving on to the King of Swords here. The last one is the guidance card for you. The King. Focus. I think you need to master your focus here. It isn't just about the mind, the feelings, or the body, or your spirits, but this focus is more about balancing it. Are you too reactive on what's outside of you, what's happening right now on the outside of you? Or are you able to step back while you're interacting on the outside, but can you also feel your inside as well? Can you do this type of balancing? I think it's important to integrating all aspects of your life, your body, mind, heart, and soul together. How well are you doing that? Is your masculine and feminine energy off, or are they in the way center point? So, meaning is balance as well, right? You're not too active at the same time, you're not too passive, and you have clarity to understand when to be active, when to be passive. So, I hope you see where is this is coming from. Like when you're so unwavering and devoted to your past, causing you to be in sorrow, yeah, but you're not willing to do anything about it. You continue to drown yourself, right? This the feminine side is more about the sensation. You're feeling it, but on the masculine side, you're not there to do something, to initiate something, to make that change. So therefore, you're stuck in that feminine energy but not having enough masculine energy. So I hope you see why you need this balance point. So this is anything else on this. So this is the key to your life, how you can understand better about what it is about being in balance, the way you choose the the mind, the thoughts, the feelings, and so forth, or how you choose to react to certain life events. And I feel like for the remaining lifetime, it's going to be a test for you. How well are you going to let the limitation go that you have inflicted on yourself? So the key is mastering your focus. So to bring forward the clarity that you so need, to understand the higher purpose of all those life events that have happened to you so far. Is there any more? And this is the end of your reading for you, Elizabeth. And I hope this helped you. And may you find life from your spiritual guardian. Journal to God reading for Dana. I'm going to use the modern life and also the good tale here. But let me go to the guidebook for this Zoom meeting survivor. Oracle deck, modern life, Zoom meeting. Number 30. Upright, reverse, reflection. Are you truly connect with your colleagues? Doesn't matter, it's just the work or in school or whoever are your associates, okay? People that are not really someone that you hang out, I mean, but people you have to be with. So are you truly connected to them, or are you still just faking it to feel like, oh, you're part of the group? But there is this weird feeling inside you, this strange feeling that inside you that you're not really into what everybody else is doing. But that's the vibe that I'm getting here. And why is that? Perhaps this is not the right job for you. Perhaps there is perhaps something that you're picking up from them that you don't feel genuine to. So I feel like you don't feel genuine and they don't feel genuine either. So I feel like you guys like projecting toward each other like that to create that kind of vibe. So let me move on to this King of Air. Okay, this is an affirmation statement. True is everything. I think before I act. I work with the universal law with clear intention. Do I see how the foundation of the past affect the present and future? So all this statement here is trying to get you to work on this, okay? Those are like a type of guidance to you to fully understand why you so disconnect with your colleagues in the job. Perhaps there's some sort of expectations. Perhaps your passions is not there. Why do I feel like there's something related to finance? Perhaps because money is a motivator that you're not able to open your heart to see, to feel in order to have clarity. Perhaps money is too important now. And that's the reason why you're disconnecting with your heart and your soul. So I think you need to go back to your past, what triggering you some type of fear, some type of security, some type of comfort zone. I think that you are desiring that triggering this connection as well. Is there any more that Dana needs to know? So I hope this helped you, Dana. I'm glad to end here. May you find life from your spiritual guardians.